Most people with neuropathy are told the same thing, and that is there's nothing you can do except manage the pain. But what if I told you that nerves actually only need two things to survive? And when you restore these two things, the chances of reversing neuropathy go way up. In fact, our clinic, we see improvement in 93% of the patients who follow our program. Now, this is something that's very personal for me. In 2009, I went through chemotherapy for cancer and I developed neuropathy myself. And at 31 years of age, my oncologist literally told me it is hell to get old. So while most doctors study neuropathy in textbooks, I studied it because I had it. And I knew that the specialists had no answers. So I understood firsthand what it feels like, the numbness, the tingling, the burning sensation. And that experience is what pushed me to spend years studying how nerves actually recover instead of just masking the symptoms. And what I discovered is that nerves need two things to survive. And the sad part is almost nobody is talking about this. So if you have neuropathy, the burning, the feet, the numbness, the tingling, the balance problems, listen very, very carefully, because the biggest mistake people make is only treating the pain instead of helping the nerves heal. Nerves are living tissue, and like any living tissue, they require these two things to survive. They need fuel and they need activation. If either one of those things is missing, the nerve slowly dies. And most neuropathy treatment today focuses on masking the symptoms. Drugs like gabapentin or pregabalin may dull the pain temporarily, but they do nothing to help the nerve regenerate. So it's like turning down the volume on a smoke alarm while your house is still on fire. The first thing nerves need is fuel, and the fuel for your nerves comes from the food that you eat. Many cases of neuropathy are connected to things like blood sugar problems, metabolic inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, toxins, and medications. So the first step is figuring out what caused the nerve damage in the first place, because neuropathy is not one disease, it's the result of something else going wrong in the body. That's why our program is built around individualized nutrition principles. We look at your case history and ask, what caused your neuropathy? Is it metabolic? Is it nutritional? Is it inflammatory? Is it toxin exposure? When we develop a nutritional strategy that helps restore the environment, we need your nerves to heal. But fuel alone isn't enough. Nerves also need activation. Think about it this way. If a nerve isn't being stimulated, it slowly shuts down. One of the tools that we use for this is called the rebuilder device. This therapy provides targeted electrical stimulation that activates the nerve pathways. This stimulation helps encourage the nerves to begin communicating again. We also use photobiomodulation therapy. This is TheraRay device uses specific wavelengths of light to improve circulation and cellular energy in the damaged nerve tissue. Better circulation means better cellular energy, better conditions for healing. These devices are only available by prescription. I will leave a link for both of them in the description of this video. So why does this work? Well, when you combine proper nerve fuel, targeted activation, improved circulation, you create the conditions where nerves can actually begin recovering. And when patients follow the protocol, we see improvement in about 93% of the cases. That doesn't mean that every nerve damage case completely disappears, but it does mean that most people experience significant improvements in sensation, balance, and pain levels. So who does this help? This approach works best for people that are dealing with diabetic neuropathy, idiopathic neuropathy, chemotherapy-induced neuropathy, metabolic neuropathy, and chronic nerve pain in your hands and feet. But it is important to understand this is not a magic pill. It requires addressing the root causes and following the program consistently. So if you're dealing with neuropathy and you want to find out what's actually causing it in your case and whether this approach could help you, well, click the link below and schedule a neuropathy evaluation. Or you can call the office to find out when our next neuropathy seminar is. We'll walk you through your history, determine the likely cause, and show you what a personalized recovery plan would look like. And the good news is we work with patients all over the country, so you don't need to live near our clinic to get started. Neuropathy is not something you should ignore, but it's also not something you have to accept as your future. When nerves get the fuel they need and the activation they require, they often have the ability to recover.